Hello everyone. So today we are going to start our chapter number 1, which is an introduction to statistics. So before starting our topic, let's take a look at our course content. What we are going to study or what we will study in this subject. The total syllabus is divided in 4 parts and each part is termed as a unit. So we have 4 units which we will study in this entire semester. Under unit 1 we have total 4 chapters. Under unit 1 we have total 4 chapters. First chapter is introduction to statistics. Under introduction to statistics we will study what is the meaning of statistics, how does this term statistics originates, what are its features, functions, advantages and limitations. Next chapter is collection of data. In this chapter we will study what are the different methods of collecting data. Next, third chapter is classification of data. In this chapter we will study what are the different methods to classify data. Next is presentation of data. Under presentation of data we will see what are the different methods to present the already classified data. So all these 4 chapters are under unit 1. Next is our unit 2. Under unit 2 we have total 2 chapters. First is measures of central tendency and next is measures of dispersion. Now moving to unit number 3. Under unit 3 we have total 4 chapters. First one is measures of skewness, second is moments and measures of kurtosis, next is index numbers, index number 1, and last is index number 2. So under unit 3 we will study these 4 chapters and last unit number 4. In this we have only one chapter which is the probability. So the entire syllabus is classified or divided into 4 parts or 4 units. So before moving ahead, let's understand the meaning of term statistics. We were using this term statistics again and again, and before moving ahead, let us understand what does this term statistic means. And here we are discussing about the dictionary meaning of statistics. Before moving ahead, firstly we need to understand the meaning of statistics, and this is the dictionary meaning of statistics. And here we have the dictionary meaning, which is written as numbers that have been collected in order to provide information about something. It means when we have to provide information about something, and to provide that information, all the things or information or the facts which have been collected in the form of numbers are termed as statistics. मतलब जब भी हमें किसी चीज के बारे में कोई जानकारी इकट्ठा करनी है, कोई इंफॉर्मेशन इकट्ठा करनी है, और अगर उस इंफॉर्मेशन को हम नंबर्स की फॉर्म में इकट्ठा करते हैं या नंबर्स की फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस कर देते हैं, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज स्टैटिस्टिक्स. अगर स्टैटिस्टिक्स का हिंदी मीनिंग देखें तो इसका हिंदी मीनिंग होता है सांख्यिकी या फिर आंकड़े, जिसका मतलब होता है नंबर्स से. So it means whenever we deal with all those information which is expressed in the form of numbers are termed as statistics, and this is the dictionary meaning of statistics. This is very basic meaning of statistics. So after understanding the dictionary meaning of statistics, let us move to the next topic, which is origin of statistics, or how does this term statistic originates. So the word statistic, so the term statistics has been originated from the combination of these words of different languages. The term statistics has been originated from the Latin word status, Italian word statista or German term statistic. And all the three terms mean political state or the government of the state. So the statistics term has been originated from Latin word status, Italian word statista, or German term statistic, and all the three terms mean political state or the government of the state. Initially, statistics was not very much popular, and that time the statistics was only used by the government of the country. Initially, statistics was not very much popular. That time only the government of the states were using statistics, and that time they had only two reasons to use statistics. They want to collect some statistical information about their population. So the first reason was concerning population. That time state government wants to know how many number of young men they had in their country that could be recruited in the army. And the second reason was concerning land holding or regarding land holdings, so that state may calculate the total number of land revenue that can be collected. So the statistics initially was not very much popular. That time the use of statistics was very limited, and the statistics was used by the governments of states that time. And they had only two reasons to collect the statistical data. Firstly, to collect information about the number of young men they had in their country that could be recruited in their army, and second, to know about the people having their own lands, so that government may impose taxes on them and collect land revenue from their land holdings. After understanding the origin of statistics, next topic is meaning of statistics. So here we have two senses to understand the meaning of statistics. First sense is our plural sense and second is our singular sense. So to understand the meaning of statistics, we have to study these two senses to get the better understanding of the term statistics or the meaning of statistics. In plural sense, the statistics is defined as the term statistics refers to numerical statements of facts relating to any field of inquiry, such as data relating to production, income, expenditure, population, prices, etc. This pop this plural sense meaning is very much similar to the dictionary meaning of statistics. Both of them explains clearly any information which is expressed in the form of numbers, or any information which is expressed in the form of numbers is termed as a statistics. When we have to obtain information about anything, about any field, and that information is presented in numerical statements is termed as statistics in plural sense. Suppose if we want to collect the information about the production, total production in the country, or the income of the population of the country, expenditure, population, what is the current population of our country, what is the population of our country in last year, what are the prices of goods and services. If we want to collect information about any field, any subject, any topic, and those information is expressed in numbers, or those information is expressed numerically, that is termed as plural sense, or that is termed as statistics. So this is the meaning of statistics in plural sense. Now moving to singular sense. According to singular sense, what is the meaning of statistics? So here we have The term statistics refers to a science in which we deal with the techniques or methods for collecting, classifying, presenting, analyzing, and interpreting the data. So, under singular sense or according to singular sense, statistics is a science. Statistics refers to a science in which we deal with the techniques or methods used for collecting, classifying, presenting, analyzing, and interpreting the data. So from collecting to interpreting or from collection to interpretation, so all those methods which have been applied from collecting to interpretation of data are termed as statistics in singular sense. So here in singular sense, statistics means a science in which we deal with all those techniques or methods which we have applied, which we have been applying from collection to interpretation of data. In this, we have 5 steps starting from collection of data and ending to interpreting the data. First step is collection of data. After collecting the data, next step is to classify the collected data. Third step is to present the classified data. Next is to analyze them, and last is the interpretation, which is drawing the conclusion or results from all those steps. After understanding the features of statistics in plural sense, according to features of statistics in plural sense, statistics must be aggregate of facts. Because a single number does not constitute statistics, we must have some piece of information so that we can draw results from that. And for this, we need to aggregate the facts. Second one was numerically expressed. All informations that is capable to be expressed in form of numbers are termed as statistics. Third, statistics is not affected by a single factor. It must be affected by multiple reasons, multiple factors at a time. All those informations which we are going to use or which we are using under statistics or to obtain results must be mutually related and comparable. If investigation area is a small, we can use the method of enumeration, but if the area of investigation is vast, we can use the method of estimation. And lastly, all the information which we will use, which we are going to use, or which we are going to use in statistical process, all that information must be collected in a sequence, or that must be collected in proper or systematic manner so that we can process all the information and draw the meaningful results from the obtained and processed information. So these are the features of statistics in plural sense. Now we are going to study features of statistics in singular sense. And these features of statistics are completely based on the meaning of statistics in singular sense. In singular sense, we read the statistics refers to a science in which we deal with all those techniques and methods that we have applied from the collection of data to the interpretation of data. And these features are according to that meaning. In this, we have 5 steps starting from collection of data, and the last step is the interpretation of data. So our first point according to features of statistics in singular sense is collection of data. In this, we will collect the data, and for the data collection we have 2 methods. First one is primary method or primary source. Second is our secondary source or secondary method. Primary method, under primary method we collect the information from the source of its origin or from the point of its inception. That data are termed as primary data or primary source. And when we use somebody else's used information for our investigation purpose, for our research purpose, that data are termed as secondary data or second-hand data. So here, first step is the collection of data, and under collection we have 2 methods, primary and secondary. After collecting the data, second step is the organization of data. After collecting data, we need to classify the collected data to make it understandable, to make it comprehensible. And for this, on the basis of their common features or similarities, we classify the data into different groups, subgroups, categories, and subcategories. And this step is termed as organization or classification of data. Now moving to third step, which is presentation of data. After classifying the data into groups and categories, next we can make it more attractive, more understandable. To get their high points at a glance, we can present the data into the form of tables, diagrams, and charts. After that, next step is analysis of data. After presenting the data into tables, diagrams, and charts, we can use different statistical methods like mean, median, mode, skewness, kurtosis, correlation, whether the data are correlated or not, whether there any relationship exists between the variables or not, or we can use Regression analysis. So this is the analysis of data. In this we can use any statistical tool or technique to reach at a single figure that will represent its entire group of information. And after analyzing the data, next step is the interpretation of data. In this last step, we will conclude our information, or we will draw the results from the above processed information. So here, according to these features of singular sense, or these features of statistics in singular sense, we have 5 steps, we have 5 points, starting from the collection of data to interpretation of data. So here we will go one by one, starting from collection, then classification or organization, then presentation. After that we will analyze the data, and after doing all the above steps, we will try to draw some meaningful results and conclusions from the above points.